So the question becomes, what does this moment of exile and diaspora look like in a moment of social media? Because what's interesting about this kind of Jay-Z piece, they recorded that concert in Los Angeles, right? So they can make an explicit claim on a diasporic experience, and we all can now without necessarily having to be in those kind of spaces. In some ways, it's a closing of the world, right? But of course, it's an opening up of the world. When we talk about global popular culture, right, it is a radically different moment than any other moment that we have seen. The fact that now we can have access to indigenous rhythms and vernacular culture from any place in the world that can immediately be in conversation in an American context.
Because this is about urban education. It's about race. It's about economics. It's about things that are vital to all of us. And so we really have to build coalition. How many scholars do you know that will stand up here for 3 hours and answer any question that you could muster for almost free?
You know, knowledge is power, and you can't have too much. So any time you get a chance to learn something new, especially about technology, take that opportunity and acquaint yourself with it. Use it if you can, you know. Be an advocate for it within your district or within your school. And, you know, if you find something that you like, if you find a resource that you think you can use or that you think can make a difference for your kids, then pursue it.
They were able to submit PowerPoint projects. The summary has been established on a wiki on NGrade, and the kids have just really enjoyed. They've done all of their research on laptop computers. It's been a very, very technologically advanced process that I stepped out of my comfort zone to do with them, and they've blown me away with what they were able to accomplish.
Dribbling through goals, modification number 4, shielding. All right, students, on this one we're going to do the same thing, except now the defenders are going to try to come up and you're going to shield the ball. When we say shield the ball, what we mean is as the defender comes up, you're going to place your body between the defender and the ball and then dribble on off. Okay. All right, ready? Go. So as they come up, you're going to have to turn and cut. Put your body between the ball and the defender. Good job, Xavier. That's the way. Good job. And at some point, we blow the whistle, have them switch offense to defense, defense to offense, so everyone has the opportunity to practice the shield. Freeze. All right, good job. Go ahead and take a break.
Okay, so today we're going to talk about projective assessments, and before we get into that, we have a lot to cover, a lot of things that we're going to look at, and we have a little activity we can do. But before we get into that, we didn't have time last week to talk about some specific behavior rating scales. So I have some different examples of those I want to pass out just for a few minutes so we can talk about it. So last week our focus was really on comprehensive behavior rating scales. So the Basque and the ACEBA is what we primarily talked about. We also talked about the Connors rating scale, which is a specific assessment tool, but I would say it's probably one of the most common ones that's used. Part of that being what's likely the most common referral. ADHD. Yeah, everything looks like ADHD.
I did several lectures for this winter 2012 one, and all I got was complaint after complaint about how bad the quality was for that microphone. And I did it both ways. I did it with both the eye camera microphone. I did it with my laptop microphone. I mixed it all. I mean, it was just bad quality.
Okay.
So I think without that piece, we could,
Right.
without a good quality recording, holy cow, why are we even spending time on
Well,
this?
and I agree with you on that, because if we're having you need good audio, you need good video if you're going to have video as an important component for that. But the audio really can't be degraded, because without the audio, it's impossible to take a class. What I would wonder about is giving suggestions and recommendations. Because you're at Newark, we can't tell them
I
what
know.
particular technologies
But they're
to do.
very
But
responsive.
you have they're very responsive, and there are several people I've worked with in the past from Newark, and so we can make some suggestions.
We will also be able to expand our expertise in technology, which we use for teaching and research. Finally, the merger into educational studies allows us to add new undergraduate programs while strengthening our existing services to undergraduates. I currently have offices in both PAS and Ramsar Halls, so I hope to meet many of you over the course of your studies. Welcome to the Department of Educational Studies and to one of the world's outstanding universities, the Ohio State University. Go Bucks!